Hello, my name is Jasmine Pierre-Lewis. I will be doing a presentation on software complexity, and it will involve what exactly software complexity is, what's been done in the past to try and combat this issue, and a proposed solution and feasibility to that solution. And this picture here on the right represents the different problems in software complexity that awaits a solution. So here is an overview of software complexity and what exactly software complexity is. So software complexity, it's a natural thing that comes with being a software developer or a software engineer because the job itself is so complicated and it's very prone to errors. This complexity is mostly caused by constant changes that are happening within software and workers overcomplicated codes that don't need to be complicated, or people adding shortcuts that end up backfiring in the long run. And this picture here shows the different complexities within software, like program complexity, project complexity, web complexity, and more. So there are two types of complexities. Those would be accidental and essential complexity. Accidental complexity is when one person overcomplicates a code that does not need to be complicated, and it can result in people having to analyze more charts than they need to, having to figure out what exactly the problem is within the software and the code, and can lead to more team members being confused and stressed out. And as I stated before, this can be caused by adding shortcuts in an attempt to provide less work and make the job easier, which just ends up not working because it ends up creating more problems in the future. And as you can see here, this guy looks very stressed with what he's doing. Essential complexity is the hardships that come with being a software developer or engineer. As I stated before, it is a very complicated job. And Sardone thinks of this essential complexity as a beast you're trying to tame. Accidental complexity can cause and result in excess stress for the worker, more time they're putting in to try and fix a mistake that they created, and which leads to them just falling behind, losing motivation, and can end up with them quitting. And you see this guy over here is just very exhausted. He's slouched over his computer. He looks very tired. One of the many solutions tried to combat this problem is testing products with real people. Doing this will allow the tester to provide feedback to the person in saying what is necessary, what should be added, and what should be changed completely. Another of many solutions is to stick with what users need, and this means only code what's necessary. Don't add unnecessary things that people wouldn't want, and doing this would just take up more of the software engineer's time, and it's just very unnecessary. So just don't add what people don't want, and it'll make it way easier. A solution to all the problems I have stated before would be to just install a whole new system. So how this would work would first, engineers would need to code in the simplest way possible they possibly can without adding any shortcuts, because as I stated before, shortcuts can add unnecessary problems in the future. So after that, the codes that the engineers wrote would be reviewed by people of higher ranking, and the people of higher ranking would provide feedback on what needs to be changed, so there's no further complication down the road. After this whole process, there will be a reference paper provided, and this will just serve as a helping tool for the engineers if they feel uncertain about a code, or if they just simply want to find a easier way to write the code. This solution is very easy, it will be very useful in the long run, it's very effective, and it will save money. How companies can implement this change is by hiring new workers. So since complexity in the software causes companies to spend a bunch of money trying to fix the problems that's created, they can use this money to circulate back to the new hires. This solution will ultimately lead many companies to overcome any debt they may have accumulated because of this, and it can cause more workers to be productive and better overall. Something really needs to be done about this problem because it's been present for such a long time, and if nothing is done, it'll be a huge problem for society. It's creating a huge gap in the software jobs because of how many people are quitting due to stress and difficulty. If this proposal is implemented into the software engineering career, it will result in new workers, a better company, more usage and better usage of money, and overall a better working experience.